We are back on the Hytale world once again, and this up here is my treehouse. Now you may be wondering, why do I have an axe in my hand? Well, I have been extremely busy and broke some trees. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It really it's not that many trees. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but it felt like a lot. And for those who are wondering, it was approximately about 20 or so saplings. It just wasn't a lot, but my inventory, well, let's just take a gander. Yeah, that's a lot of logs. Now, while all of those trees were growing, I came to the realization that I have a tier 9 farmer's workbench. And well, in the latest update, they removed tier 9 workbenches. What? And well, to clarify what exactly happened, well, the alchemist's workbench had a little bit of a seedy update. I've got to say, bench categories.alchemy.seeds, you know, it's it's a fun time. And for the ones who don't know, usually the tabs are named actual normal things. Yeah, we've got a whole new tab to explore when it comes to farming. But of course, that is something that we can touch on a little bit later because, well, it is time to complete all of this wonderful little area down below my treehouse's main platform. And it really should take no time at all because I did all of the prep work ready for this very episode. I just want to make sure that the finishing touches were caught on camera. And yes, I'm aware I could have done it off camera, but where would the fun in that be? So we're just going to plop down a few logs just like so. And then we need to craft just a little bit of these decorative planks like so. And just like this, that side is now complete. And we'll do this side just like so. Wonderful stuff. Cool. And for those who are just tuning in, this little room was never meant to be a room. It was just meant to hide the dirty underside of the main platform's floor. The issue is now is this where this area is where I pop up instead. So let's get some of these logs like so, and let's just patch this up because realistically we never need to go back down there ever again. But I did think it would probably be a wise idea to have access if and when it was needed. So if I can just make a small door for the time being, nothing fancy, nothing obnoxious, just a small, simple door that we can place like so. Hopefully this will add just a little bit more motivation to come down here. And well, of course, to be able to make the access just a little bit better, we are going to be in need of just a couple bits of green moss, of which we can place right here like so. And because of this platform right here, we are going to need to unfortunately say goodbye to these platforms. They're not needed and they are just a little bit annoying to crouch underneath, because if you didn't know, they actually count as like a block, so you can't go underneath them without crouching. And I did just want to clarify that I have not settled on the 𝗂𝗯𝗂𝗏𝗂 candle for lighting. It's just here for the temporary basis of just having light while we're building it, but it is working with its intended effect to have underfloor lighting up here. And I guess we should also patch this little hole like so everything is now 100% complete. And just for the sake of visuals for this little area like so, let's just plop a couple of these blocks down like so we're not in, we're not gonna fall for a little trap situation, because falling down here is well, we don't want that one bit. Now that we've done a little bit of building, we probably should talk about farming. Whee! Splosh. Cool. Actually, no, I need to be back up there. Now, as I said at the beginning of today's episode, the Alchemist Workbench has got some new seed packets that I wish to experiment with and share with all of you. Now, of course, I could buy all of this good stuff, but we're just going to keep it easy breezy, lemon squeezy. I just realized this is 50 shards! hold up. Wait, no. Don't mind me. We'll just do one of these. Okay, now we're ready. Coming over to my soil test patch, I can't actually plant these seeds directly into tilled soil. So I wonder if I need to use the fertilizer. Yeah, maybe? And there we go. That makes sense. Cool. Now I should clarify that in the description of each of these bags of seeds, it states crystallized dirt. But if each of these dirt require, what, 50 shards? That's a lot of shards. And there's this very interesting, like, gleaming pattern that kind of echoes over the top of each of these dirts, which is pretty nice. I thought it was maybe, like, light dependent, but it does look like it's just glowing. It doesn't really matter. I have so many questions and so many tests that I wish to do, but I think maybe we should just let these grow before I cause mayhem. So maybe, just maybe, we could revisit something that I haven't done in a little while. And of course, that concerns our little fish traps all the way over yonder. And as you can see, well, they look unused. And, well, I've not used them in forever. What's interesting is that it's actually breaking the fish trap now. Huh. It's not necessarily a problem that it's breaking the fish trap, but it's definitely something that I wasn't prepared for. So if we put one there, and then there, and then here, and then yep, that's fine. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, one of the tasks that I've been putting off for quite some time is building a little fence, similarly to what we have over here with the pumpkin patch. We need just something at least to make this feel a little bit more part of what we have got going on here. In order to do so, I am going to need to get some of these fences, some of these stone pillars and walls, and yeah. And because it's been on multiple weeks, this is hardwood. Yeah, cool. See, I know what I'm talking about. So let's start by knocking down one of our original foundation areas, and let's reposition it to be approximately here. That doesn't look too bad if you ask me. And then of course we can put fences either side to really... Why are they not connecting? Let's try this. There we go. Easy breezy. Lemon squeezy. And we'll put another one right here, like so. And then we'll go around here. I want to give it a little bit of breathing space. Yeah, we'll make this into the next one. And just like this, we've got a nice little entranceway. It might have been unintentional, but it looks okay. As for decoration, I do want a singular farmer's workbench because at the end of the day, it is a cornfield and this kind of makes sense. I also want to craft one of these watering cans and maybe a bucket as well. And it also makes very much sense to have a feed bag. It's not necessary, but it adds to the aesthetic. And I may as well make another woodcutter's block, which we actually use somewhere over here via these big trees. Now, I should note, since the previous episodes, the watering can has been updated. It now has the ability to be placed down like so, which looks wonderful. Wait, I put it down as a full watering can and it emptied itself? I got cheated right there. What? The other update that it also received is that it now holds 50 water instead of the original 20, which is pretty cool if you ask me. And if I harvest just a few of these crops, you'll notice that this area is unwatered, and if I water this right here, it does a 1x1, but there's also a way to charge it up, and that does a 3x3. And it looks like you don't have to be accurate or looking at the dirt necessarily. I think it also like goes through the crop. So if I put this feed bag, let's say around here, excuse me, you're not meant to be facing that direction. Let's plop that back down there. Putting down the farmer's workbench right here will enable me to be able to trade wheat for essence of life instead of having to go all the way back up there. That being said, I am next to the pumpkin farm, so we need to upgrade this just a little teeny bit to be able to make sure that we're making the most out of this workbench. And putting the chopping block right here will enable us to kind of create a proper walkway, whether or not it's intentional or not. But we'll have this little area over here to be able to work with. Now, of course, the main pathway is over here, so we just need to connect it. Probably actually just cutting along this diagonal. And pretty much every single block in this vicinity now needs to be obliterated all the way up to the farm like so. And I did have just a little idea as well, and it involves that bucket that I placed over here just a moment ago. So if I grab this very quickly and come over to, let's say this block right here, and hot swap this straight away for a step like so. And then if I head over to one of my original locations and grab this block of water, I'll be able to place it within the crack within the step so that I will have access to an infinity water source for my watering can. But of course, because these are eternal crops and I rarely need this much wheat, I probably will never use it, but that's not the point. So if I can put some of these down like so, I definitely am going to need a lot more moss, but I don't have any more moss. And putting down another stair down here definitely makes it feel a little bit more complete. Now that I've slept through the night, there is one thing that we definitely need to address. And well, with every single farm that I have done so far, I've added some leaves to decorate around the edge. And well, I don't have any more leaves. If I can plant a couple of these ash saplings just like so, then fingers crossed very soon I'll be able to get and harvest some leaves so we can wrap up with the decoration side of things regarding the wheat farm. But on a note about the wheat farm, I'm pretty impressed with how it's turned out. It does look pretty nice. I think the shape is correct, so I'm very pleased with that. Now, I must have said this a few weeks ago, but one of the tasks I am most looking forwards to just break things up between working on the treehouse is moving my animals to a pen which is a little bit more respectful. The last thing I want is to be in violation of any animal cruelty regulations. This is oh. And I can't imagine the abuse that this penguin's getting from all of the little chickens. It's a hard life, isn't it, for you, little penguin? I'm sorry. Anyway, to bring this episode to a close, let's leave it on a little question, and that would be, what should I use this space for? Because the reality is, I don't need this decorative area of blocks anymore. You know, I could optimize this space a little bit better if that's what the comment section would like to see. And just for proof of concept, I could also remove all of this. You know, there's no need for them. I mean, quite literally, Look at how much space that makes. But I am not going to be tearing it down right away. I'll be interested to see what all of you say in the comments down below. Another thing that I could already do is move these candles out of the way like so, because they are still one block away from the platform of which they're lighting up. I mean, in theory, I technically could place some sort of light source all the way inside, creating even more room. Of course, this outer rim is the exception, but you can imagine the kind of room size we could gain down here. Anyway, on that note, I'll see you all soon in the next episode. Bye!